Confederate statues on the University of Texas campus will be moved.
A judge ruling today an injunction presented by the Sons of Confederate Veterans was not enough to stop the decision. KXAN's Phil Praisen was at a packed hearing this afternoon in downtown and has the very latest. Phil.
Well, we want to remember our history, right? Well, today in the Travis County Courthouse, a judge says we can remember and memorialize the statue of Jefferson Davis, President of the Confederate States of America, in a museum. Now, currently the statue is on the Six Pack, or the main mall of the University of Texas campus. Now, earlier this year, there's been pressure to move it from the students, from the faculty, all after the Charleston shootings. And the president, Greg Fenves, decided to move the statue a couple days after a task force gave him the option to. Now, that was the public pressure, but could they legally do it? The Sons of Confederate Veterans said no, it's not legal to move the statue because it violates the will of George Washington Littlefield, who gave the statue to the university and required it to be in a prominent position on campus. But today, the judge says that the Briscoe Center for American History is also a prominent position. The Sons of Confederate Veterans are disappointed, but they want to wait to see what the display looks like in the Briscoe Center for American History.
Well, what historical significance they're going to put with it, I'll have to see that when they do place the statue in the other building.
We believe that we can now move forward and execute the decision of President Fenves, and we believe that's in the best interest of the University of Texas at Austin.
And you just saw Gregory Vincent, who was the chair of the task force that gave the president the power to move the statue. I asked him when we could see this thing move. He didn't give any specifics, but he said it could be within this next week. Live in Austin, Phil Praisen, KXAN News.
All right, Phil. Now, you may think the Charleston shooting is the only thing that sparked all this change, but some people have been calling for the statue's removal since last year. Last year, UT student body president and vice president said while campaigning, they wanted the statues gone. The push seemed closer to reality, of course, after the Charleston church shooting in June. Soon after, UT President Greg Fenves organized a committee to look into whether Confederate symbols should be removed from campus. He made the decision earlier this month, as Phil told you, to put them on display in the Briscoe Center for American History.